Switch microphone. Much better. It's much better like that. Is it better like that? Right? It's all right. Right, come on, you lot. Let's go. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. We've got a microphone that works. I got my really abusive Cockney accent out for play again because orcs always have the, lower working class, lower East Side orcs. Like the Pet Shop Boys song gets a sudden twist. West End town, the dead end world, the East End orcs and West End girls. West End girls. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Everybody knows that song. So here we are. Chelsea, my lovely co-host, usually uncool rock star. Chelsea Schwartz, my lovely partner in fandom and crime, is usually with me, but alas, she is taking time off, and we are here with myself, and I. We've got the live chat loading, featuring many platforms all at once. You guys are watching us live on YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, welcome to our Facebook group, everybody in the universe, and welcome. I believe Twitch, we also have a Twitch channel. Now, all mischief aside, I'm the last person in the room who has not seen the Mandalorian trailer. The last person in the room, obviously in a place like this. But further to today's discussion in matters of Lord of the Rings, we got a conversation going that was retweeted by somebody, not me. Somebody on the OneRing.net had retweeted a very interesting conversation with someone who had a unique list of complaints about the adaptation of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I'm going to take a look right now and look up that account because this is a very enriching experience to have someone who's deep in our fandom, in our Tolkien fandom, have a really, really strong and really good common sense approach to criticizing Peter Jackson's films, which usually gets talked about amongst our fandom with blanket uniformity. Usually there's nothing but praise, and even me, myself, and I am one of those guilty parties who is most often very, very praiseworthy of Mr. Jackson, and yet there's still room for healthy criticism. And I really enjoyed this criticism because we got to complain about Faramir. All right? What is it about Faramir that got changed from his true nature in the books to what we see portrayed in Peter Jackson's trilogy? We'll get down that rabbit hole a little bit later, my friends. Definitely gonna. Well, I even have been retweeting the singing fizz gig. All the fizz gigs are there on my Twitter feed as well. This is amazing because on August 30th, when Netflix dropped all 10 episodes of The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, there we were looking at these little videos of the fizz gigs going, meh, 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 little funny guys. I didn't realize until today that they were actually going meep, meep, meep through the entire theme. They're doing the theme melody and little background vocal parts like a quartet. It's hilarious. So here, my Twitter feed is filled with crazy stuff. Conversations, political critique, pop culture critique, stuff that I'm interested in. I don't know why you should even bother, guys, but it's really I'm very amused. I amuse myself openly on my Twitter feed. And so, anyways, let's get back to this Faramir conversation. I got to find this right here. Because when we get down to it, all of you guys, we're going to ask all of you guys who are live in the chat to join us in this conversation as well about what is it that was changed about Faramir that we like, what we don't like. In particular, hello, Jill. How you go? Freezing, load, and audio problems on Facebook feed? Okay. All right. Hey, Justin. It looks like, Justin, let's get our producer back in the control room whenever he has a minute, because there's some tech difficulties with our Facebook feed, and it's kind of spotty, it seems. Okay, looks like I'm frozen on Facebook. Well, thanks everybody else. We'll be able to watch this later on. The archive will be on YouTube. You'll be able to see it without interruption. Sorry about that frozen quality. A lot of Frozen fans out there going nuts over the new trailer for Frozen. But this conversation intrigues me because I like having healthy debate. And when was the last time somebody came to the table and said, we have a healthy disagreement about everything that Peter Jackson did, which we all give him credit for the way he handled characterizations. We all give Peter Jackson credit, and his writers, that would be Philippa and Fran, for condensing and truncating this massive 1,200-page epic of the Lord of the Rings and putting it into cinema, a form of cinema that could be digested and understood. And yet here we are, years and years and years later, and I'm very, very pleased that we can have, a healthy disagreement. Let me find this right here. Where is it? Did you fix the stream? Okay. Oh, hello. Let's tell everybody that, yes, you need to rebuff the stream. What's that? Restart the stream? Refresh. Yeah, you guys just refresh the stream, and we'll see what happens. Okay? And here it is. Follow along with us on our Twitter feed, people. If you're not already with us, you can find us on our Twitter feed at The One Ring Net. And here it is. This conversation was from Angry Staff Officer. Yes. Angry Staff Officer said, well, Twitter, we had a good run, but someone put Peter Jackson's so-called The Lord of the Rings on streaming services, and it's time for you all to know just how much they anger me. I fully expect a barrage of unfollows. Regardless, truth must be told. Roll tape. We retweeted that. This came from Angry Staff Officer, who's on Twitter at PPT Sapper. That's PPTSAPPER. And brilliant. Known. I'm not going to unfollow you, brother. In fact, I'm going to follow you because it's nice to have a healthy disagreement. Okay. Now you guys restart your, refresh your feed on Facebook. You'll be with us. We'll get into the gist of this. I have always thought that it was the best that we're going to get because comparatively, we have two Hobbit adaptations, the first one from Rankin and Bass, the second one by Peter Jackson. In this same existing universe where we are, we have an animated adaptation first from Ralph Bakshi for the trilogy Lord of the Rings, which was incomplete. It was an incomplete telling of the story because the poor director, Ralph Bakshi, was screwed over by United Artists. They never let him they wouldn't even let him announce end of part one. They would not let the words part one be used on any of the posters, even though the director insisted. At that point, it wasn't like, there was going to be Kill Bill, Volume 1 and Volume 2. In 1978, Ralph Bakshi got screwed over, never got to make a complete trilogy. So we have the Battle of Helm's Deep, and there's the end of his first film.